Wait till you see what I did with a bench just like this one. I am here at Earthwise Salvage, one of my favorite places in the world, and I picked up an old church pew salvaged from the University Temple in Seattle, and I have made it over to be a French farmhouse dream. So stick around to see what I did with this great pew with a little bit of chalk paint, some aging medium, some stencils, and some wax. But before we get started, I want to welcome you to the YouTube channel for Revive, Upcycled Heart, Upcycled Home. I'm Heidi, and it is my goal here to help you decorate your home in both eco-friendly and budget-friendly ways. So without further ado, let's get the aging process started. This is a picture of the pew that I picked up from Earthwise Salvage that was salvaged from the Seattle University Temple, and boy is it beat up. Okay, it's time to bust out your supplies. Okay, you will need a sander and appropriate sandpaper, some mineral spirits to take off the dust. Then you will need Vintage Wood Better with Age by Amy Howard at Home and a chip brush. And then a block sander in 220 grit, some polyurethane, triple thick polyurethane in matte, another chip brush of course, and then cerusing wax and another chip brush. Okay, now for the supplies you'll need for the painting portion. You will of course need some white one-step paint, some shellac or shellac-based primer, new matte sealer, and then a specialty wedge paintbrush, a foam roller and applicator, some blue painter's tape, and of course your stencil of choice, and I chose the Moroccan stencil by a maker studio. Okay, time to get rid of that funky finish. So there are a couple ways you can do this. I primarily sanded away most of the finish. I used a belt sander with 60 grit sandpaper to remove a bulk of the finish, and then I use this little palm sander with a pointed edge, also with 60 grit sandpaper to get in those corners. I also used a little bit of citrus strip to get some of the harder to reach areas stripped away that the sandpaper and sander couldn't reach. Once you are done sanding, you're going to take some mineral spirits and a lint-free rag and wipe up all of that excess sawdust, and that's gonna help prepare the wood to accept the chemicals in the next stage. And you just wipe it on and then wipe it off and let it air out for about a half an hour. Okay, it's time to apply Better with Age. So take your Better with Age, pour it in a separate container, and then I added a little bit of water, maybe like 10% or 20%, to give it a little bit more of a gray overtone. If you want it to just have a plain brown overtone, you don't have to dilute it. So give it a good stir, and then take your chip brush and go ahead and start applying it, being sure to wipe off any excess so it doesn't drip like you just saw that it do in my video here. And if you can, lay your piece on the floor so you can avoid any drip marks. Just continue to apply it, and then let that dry. You will see it start to change color, and you're ready for the next step. Okay, it's time to paint the edges white. So take that one-step paint and your specialty wedge brush and start laying down a layer of white chalk paint. Now I do this step first because your chalk paint is going to adhere to the wood better than shellac. So I put this layer down first, and then you can see the bleed. That's what all that nasty brown stuff is coming through the white paint. Okay, take that shellac and apply it over your initial coat of white chalk paint, and then let that dry overnight if possible, and then put on another 2 coats of white one-step paint. Okay, time to grab your Moroccan stencil from a maker studio. Apply it with some blue painter's tape so you don't overshoot. Roll out that white paint with a foam roller. Pull back the stencil, and then you can use it again at another place on your furniture where it won't butt up against wet paint. Okay, now it's time to seal it up. Take that triple thick polyurethane and put it over the entire piece of wood. Let that dry, and then grab your cerusing wax, cardboard, and chip brush. Lightly dab it in the white wax, and then offload it, and then very, very, very gently glide your brush across the wood and dab up any excess wax you have, and then you can go back over it again very lightly, pulling from left to right to give it a very subtle aged white coat on top of the aged grayish brown mahogany wood. Before I show you the end result of this great project, if you end up absolutely loving this bench, you are gonna flip out over what I did to my headboard. So be sure to check out that tutorial at the end of this one. And while you're on my channel, take a look around. Be sure to subscribe, of course, and click the little bell so you don't miss any more tutorials from me. And without further ado, here she is.